Hello, what up? How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all can hear me. I don't got my headphones on, and I have zero desire to put them in. My circle seems to be moving. Let's double check. How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all can hear me. I don't got my headphones. Yup. Perfection. All right, yeah, let's get into this Die Hard business. This messages. Okay, I'm talking about all 5 parts today. I decided to break it down into each movie. But before I do break it down into each movie, so, a lot of them have some similarities. Like, the first thing is they're all rated R, obviously. They're all labeled as action thrillers. Okay. And with the first three, with Die Hard 2, and Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance, they were all, you can pretty much find them in the same places. I'm going to say all of them right now. So 1, 2, and 3, you can find them on YouTube, Stars, Hulu, Sling, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Philo, Vudu, and Redbox. All right? But with 4 and 5, they get a little trickier. With 4, you can only find it on Hulu, YouTube, Amazon, and Vudu. And 5, you can find it on YouTube, Google Play, Redbox, Vudu, and Amazon. All right? So 4 and 5, a couple of the spots got a little, I don't know, choosy or finicky, picky, I don't know, something. But anyway, so those are all the places you can find these movies. All right. Those are the similarities. Now, well, and Bruce Willis. Okay, so part 1, Die Hard Part 1 was in 1988. Action thriller. It got 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 94% from the audience on the Rotten Tomatoes business. Because, like I had learned before, just because Rotten Tomatoes says so doesn't mean the audience said so. Okay, and it was directed by. Okay, that's another thing. The directors. John McTiernan, he directed 1 and 3. Rennie Harlin directed Part 2. Len Wiseman directed Part 4, and John Moore directed Part 5. All right, so that's how the direction went. And before I get into all of it, the actual story of Die Hard was after a novel by a man named Richard Thorpe. He made a 1979 novel called Nothing Lasts Forever, and that's what this is loosely based on. All of them, all these movies are based on his. He had a whole bunch. He did a gang of novels. This guy, Thorpe. What's up, Wes? I see you there. How you doing? All right. So that's all the particulars. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Holy, why though? You see, I'm live. I know that you know that I am live. Bell, like that. You hear those bells, West? Like they didn't know. All right. Okay. So the first one, Die Hard. Okay. 1988, starring Bruce Willis as John McClane. Hans Gruber was played by Alan Rickman. Holly Gennaro was played by Bonnie Bedelia. Sergeant Al Powell was played by Reginald Bill Johnson. We also know him from Family Matters. He's got that cop look, the cop body, the cop face, because he's always a cop, ain't he? West, have you seen him in other things where he's just like he's got that cop look? He's typecast. That's what they call that. He's just a cop. Mm-hmm. Harry Ellis was the goofy cokehead co-worker who was messing everything up. Was played by a man named Hart Bachner. Hi, Kyle. How are you? And also Argyle, the limo driver, who was an excellent character in the first movie. I love Argyle. He cracked me up. It was played by a man named Devereaux White. I did some digging on him. He did some things here and there, but nothing. This was like his claim to fame, if you will. I seen that he's been in some things here and there. Marina, don't you have a wrench? I never gave you a wrench, Marina. Let me check and make sure that's it. I swear you had a wrench. Go to channel. That is you. Who stole your wrench, Marina? Mm. Say it ain't so. That's that herbal. That's the herbal libations. Marina, I partake in a little herbal libations from time to time. I'm all broad, so I forget stuff. It happens. It happens. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So if you've never seen any of the Die Hard movies, I got to tell you, the first three are amazing to me, and I would even say that the first one is my favorite action movie of all time. So far, it just is. The first one was everything for me. When the box set came out for the first three, I ran and got that box set. I probably threw it away, but I did have it for many years in a box somewhere. I really love the Die Hard joints. So yeah, this movie is about John McClane. He's a cop from New York. Went off to L.A. to meet his wife. Their marriage is troubled, and he winds up getting into some shit at the Nakatomi Towers, where terrorists have taken over the motherfucking tower, and he is there to save the day. And it's a lot of action, a lot of shoot 'em up. It's a really good movie. The little comedy part of it was good for me too, like the little zingers, if you will, were hilarious. I even liked the cop, Al Powell. I really liked. He did a good job with his chubby donut eating ass. Like he just was the perfect cop. He just really is. He's just like the perfect beat cop. Let me say that right. He's the perfect beat cop, not like a detective. I don't want to see him in a tie. I prefer seeing him in the uniform. Did a really good job. The director who directed it, John McTiernan, like I said before, he didn't direct the second one though, so he skipped over. Bam, and he was just 1 and 3. But I think he did a really good job. Man, I'll tell you, that first one was. Whew, I watched that shit over and over and over. I don't even know how many times I watched it, over and over, like a lot. Okay, so then you get into Die Hard 2. This one was at an airport, Washington Dulles International Airport. I had to write it down because I didn't remember the name. And this is about a political drug lord. Political dude, drug lord. They're trying to break him up out of jail, pretty much. It takes place in an airport. Once again, John McClane finds himself, out of work. Was he out of work in this one? I think he wasn't out of work until the third one. I think the third one was when he was out of work. The second one, he's all, wife is troubled marriage, leaving him grizzled. The Bruce Willis look. And then he saves the day. What's up, Angelica? How you doing? Oh my God, Marina. And I just gave you a fucking wrench, bro. Like, Marina, what are you gonna do, I deep sigh for you. I deep sigh, Marina. You hear the deep sighing? I'm gonna do it again in case you didn't hear it the first fucking time. I'll do it again. And I'm clenching my lips real tight, and I'm shaking my head back and forth in a church lady, first pew. Excuse me. Let me get it right. Let me give you the visual. All right. First pew, church lady, big hat, judgmental, head tilted to the side, lips pierced tightly, like. You got the visual. You got it. I get it, Marina. It is what it is. But I love Bruce Willis. He did such a good job. Okay, so part 2, yes, in the airport. Colonel Stewart was played by William Sadler. General Ramon Esperanza was played by Marco Nero. Major Grant was played by John Amos. Yes, thank you very much. And Burke was played by John Leguizamo. I like John Leguizamo. I don't think he's as far as like an actor's concerned, because if I give him a rating as far as an actor, I think I would give him a C. But I think he's funny in a dorky kind of way. Like he's a nerd. Like nerd's not. He's like a dork, because nerd means you. When I say nerd, in my mind, it means you had an education, like you got good grades and shit like that. Whereas a dork, not necessarily, a dork didn't necessarily get good grades in school. I mean, he's just a dork. So that's what John Leguizamo is for me, and it doesn't matter what he's in. Like, I really like the movie Empire with John Leguizamo, but even in that role where he's supposed to be serious, a serious drug dealer, and all these serious scenes where murder's happening, he's a dork. Like, I couldn't take him. All I saw was the pest. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's trying to... Anyway, off my John Leguizamo rant. Y'all know I go down these side roads all the time. That's how I roll. What's up, Sage? How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry you caught a headache. I gave you a headache. How you doing? I am my grandmother's rebellion. How are you doing? Welcome. We're talking about Die Hard. Thank you for passing through. I appreciate the pass through. Oh, is that Queen Cascade, Angelica? She changed her name. See, I can't keep up. How you doing, Queen Cascade? Ain't seen you in a minute. Yippee-ki-yay, girl. All right. Now, that was part 2, the airport. John Amos was in it. Thank you, John Amos. If you don't know who John Amos is, I don't know if we can be cool. Or, maybe it just speaks to your age. Maybe your age. Hey, Wisdom. I didn't even see you pop in there. Or I did, but I forgot to say your name. That's what happened. I saw you, and then I was talking, and then I forgot. I told y'all, the herbal, little herbal tea, little herbal treats, little herbal essence, plus 52 equals forgetful. Yeah, Queen Cascade, I can't keep up, man. When people change their names, I don't be knowing who is who. Hey, Conscious Moron. How you doing? Alright, part 2, airport. John Amos. If y'all know who John Amos is, good Lord, let me take my glasses off. I can rub my eyes. Because I just know right now, I only have a few people in here, but I just know that there's at least 2 of you in here that don't know who the fuck John Amos is. And oh, man. A little herbal tea, a little herbal essence, a little herbal refresher. A little herbal refresher. I'm good. I'm Conscious Moron. We're talking about Die Hard today. And since there's 5 parts of it, I didn't feel like I should go individually and talk about each individual movie. I mean, I could, but why would I do that? When I could just mash them all together and talk about them all at the same time. So far, I've stretched out... Where am I at? Only 12 minutes! And I'm already on part 2. So I'm trying to stretch it out. I'm trying to give each part a couple more minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up here a little longer and you can enjoy my lovely speaking voice. I know you know Morena. You better. You're 100. Like, you were there. At his graduation, girl. We know you know. Anyway, yeah, I like John Amos was in this one, part 2. He did a really good job. I like John Amos. In most things I see him do. I like he played, a gay role, a gay man role on 2.5 Men. The later scenes, and at the end, towards the end there, John Amos, he had a gay husband, lover. They were partners. They were cops, and they were partners, and they discovered late in life that they were in love with each other, and they left their wives or whatever, ended their marriages, and now they're together. But I thought it was great to see him in that role, because we're always seeing him in such strong male, roles. It was fun to see him that way. Not that I support butt breaking in black men, alright? That's not the fuck I'm saying. I'm just saying I think he did a good job in that role. That's all the fuck I'm saying. Alright? Thank you. Thank you. Don't twist the fucking two. Okay. Part 2, yes. Airport. It was pretty good. The dude who played General Ramon Esperanza, I don't want to fuck the man's name up. Esperanza. Frank Nero. He is known for quite a few movies. I looked him up. I wasn't really familiar with him, so I looked him up a little bit. And he's been in so much shit. A lot of action movies. Like, a lot of action movies. I was surprised. When I started thumbing through his, IMDb, I noticed I've seen some of these movies. I'm not a huge action fan, but I've seen a lot of action films in my life. And, So I definitely, reckon he's got one of those faces where, like, I seen him in some shit, I just don't know where. But yeah, he's been. It was surprising. This man's IMDb database, impressive. What I do, Jelly? What I say? Oh Lord, I said something. Oh, I get it. 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 I got it. I told y'all, herbal. If you look to consider this, I'd be on like a 5 second delay in my brain. All right, a little herbal. My brain, Morena. My brain. Okay, that was part two. Part three, like I said before, was directed by the same guy, John McTiernan, who directed part one, but part two had a different guy. Part three was an amazing one. One and three were my favorite of all this whole, what do you call it? A series, I guess? A series. This whole series. One and three. Well, three was great. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Vengeance. Oh, Die Hard 2, by the way, was made in 1990. Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance was made in 95. It took place in New York City. Again, rated R, they all are. The IMDb, they got 7.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 58%, but the audience gave it 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is better than, what anyway, yes. Audience, it's more important that if you actually give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes' opinion of any movie, I think it's important to look at the audience vote. I think the audience, yeah. That's like back in the day when they had Blockbuster, and they had that one wall where like the managers or the people that worked there picked their picks of the week or picks of the day. Don't nobody want to hear you, manager. Just sell me the goddamn popcorn, all right? Nobody wants to hear your opinion on the goddamn movies. Okay? Nobody wants to know what you're watching, Brad, when you go home and shit. Your little soft ass rom-com wall or Star Wars wall of movies that you want me to watch. Because some 16-year-old punk ass kid named Brad enjoy. Just sell me the movie. Give me the goddamn popcorn. Bastards. Jesus. See how I rant? I'm sorry. If you're new here, there will be some salty language. I'm sorry. If you have baby ears, then fuck off. There. If that sounds better. Okay, yes, part three takes place in New York, with this one again, Bruce Willis. Just take it as a given, Bruce Willis is in all of them, so I'm not gonna keep saying his name. Bruce Willis is in all of them. All right, and this one has Samuel Jackson in it as Zeus Carver. Simon Gruber was played by Jeremy Irons, who I actually like. I like Jeremy Irons. He's, I believe he's British. I think. I like him. I've seen him in some movies. It's weird to me, his acting skills, or at least the way that he's casted in movies in Hollywood. He's either like this weird, like, what's the word? Psychological toy with your brain kind of creep, or he's like this emotional dude who is saving the day. Like he's saving some damsel in distress. That's a better way to put it. Like he's like either the guy who's saving the damsel in distress, or he's some sort of calculated psycho killer. That's crazy that's either one of the two. But I mean, take it how you can get it, right? And then Joe Lambert was played by Graham Greene. Part three took place in New York City, where Simon Gruber, who is the brother of Hans Gruber from the first movie. The first movie, Hans Gruber is the villain who took Nakatomi Towers hostage, and ultimately at the end he dies by falling off the big ass towers, and you see him falling backwards. This was back when CGI was no. And you see him, and he falls to his death. Boom. So now in part three, his brother has come into play. He didn't really come to avenge his brother's death, though. He came to rob the Federal Reserve, him and his crew. So there's all these games that are being played with the John McClane. He picked John McClane because obviously John McClane killed his brother, but it really didn't matter what cop he picked for this game he was playing, a plan to rob the Federal Reserve. So he sent John McClane on a whole what is the word I'm looking for? A game across the city of Simon Says. That's what I'm looking for. Simon Says. So Simon Says is playing all these games. He's setting up bombs all over. Shit's blowing up in the train tracks, in the schools. There's a fucking there's puzzles he's got to figure out. He had, so first thing he had to do was put a billboard on his chest that said "I hate the N-word," and stand in Harlem, I believe it was, with this billboard on his chest. And so one Samuel Jackson, I'm sorry, his name was Zeus in the movie. I agree, Wisdom. Shh, Wisdom, shut up. Oh my God, I'll never tell, girl. That's just between. Hey man, I have a few. Hey man, listen real hard, y'all. I'm whispering. I have a few inappropriate attractions. I won't say them live on YouTube. Yeah, it can get real dark with them. I'm an old broad, man. I gotta think of new shit. You know, I gotta come up with new shit. Wisdom. Anyway, So after Zeus rescues Bruce Willis, John McClane, from being murdered from the hood because he has that sign on him, he's kind of attached by default to John McClane, and so he also has to play the Simon Says game all through the town. And there's, like I said, a lot of explosions and trickery and mind games. It's a good movie. I really enjoyed 3. It was a really great movie. I think that Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis did well together. I like the way I thought they were funny together. I really enjoyed that. I like Bruce Willis also with Damon Wayans when the last Boy Scout. I really like that. I think they did well together in that movie. Yeah. Part 3, New York City, alternate town. Connie Kowalski. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Connie Kowalski, she played the cop in the movie in part 3. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember her. There was a Asian man and then a white lady with curly blonde hair. Those are the 2 cops on the case, if you will, in part 3. Connie Kowalski is the name of the cop that she played. Her real name is Colleen Camp. Man, has she changed. When I first looked up the cast members, I didn't know who the fuck she was. But I had to go actually click on her name and go look at some of her IMDb's just to figure out who. I'm like, I don't remember this lady in a movie. Like, who the fuck was she? Like, because if you go Googling and they show you the cast of the movie, it's usually the most relevant cast members on trickle down to the people that were just in the movie hardly. And she was up top, and I'm like, I don't remember this bitch at all. Yeah, it's because she's a whole new woman now. She's a whole new woman now. She don't look nothing alike like she used to. Okay. 2000, that was in 95. Okay, so they waited all the way from 95 until 2007 to make Die Hard 4. Live Free or Die Hard. I got 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, 86% from the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. I told you where you can find it. Which one? The 4th movie was directed by Len Wiseman. Let me tell you something about this 4th movie here. Oh wait, first of all, it takes place a high-tech threat. Right. High-tech internet threat, bombs, missiles. I love this. Like I said, the first 3 so much. I had the box set. I watched them all the time. Now, between 95 and 2007, no, I didn't really think that there was going to be another Die Hard. I thought the trilogy, whatever you want to call it, was it. Right? That's a long time, right? Shit. There was wind of it. I got wind of it. There's going to be a part 4. Get the fuck out of here. I was so excited to see this goddamn movie. I love Die Hard. Part 4 after all these years? What are they going to do? Holy shit. Wow. Right? Are they going to tie in Gruber to this one too? Took myself on down Got the DVD. Probably Redboxed it at that time. Popped it in, have a little popcorn, my little herbal tea. Wink, 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 wink. Trash. It was ass. I give part 4 all of the middle fingers. Every middle finger I have, I give it to part 4. This movie was so fucking bad, man. I was so disappointed. So angry. I so anticipated this movie, man. And oh man, it was so not good for me, man. But anyway, it had John McClane in it again. You know, Matt Farrell was played by Justin Long. Thomas Gabriel was played by Timothy Olyphant, and Mai Lin was played by a woman named Maggie Q. Terrible movie. I don't recommend it. If you like action movies, I suggest 1, 2, and 3, and then just act like the other 2 didn't exist. Because before I even get into the 5th one, I'll let you know right now. What's up, Executive Sessions? How you doing? I'll let you know now about the 5th one right away when I did the research for these 4 movies. Because y'all know I got to write this shit down or I'll forget it. So I do my Google, I do my Wikipedia, I do my IDBM. I am, Jesus Christ, IMDb. You know, I do my little research and I write it down to make sure that I, you know, stay in the moment, stay in the thought, because we'll never get through this thing if I just solely go based on my brain. So, I hit it, I'm like, okay, I write down all the actors, get their names right, get where you can find it, I'm writing it down. It wasn't until 3 days ago when I wrote all this down. What's up, Sister Nandy? How you doing? It wasn't until 3 days ago, Morena, Sister Nandy, Wisdom, Executive, 3 days ago, that I knew that there was even a part 5. I had no idea. I never even knew there was a part 5. So not only did I not see, I didn't see it, I never heard of it, I don't know shit about it, like nothing. Which leads me to believe, see, I know my brain, you see. Morena, my brain. Because I love these movies so much, my brain knew to reject, I probably saw the trailer and everything, my brain rejected the 5th one. It just deleted, did not exist, because the 4th one was so bad. The 4th one was so bad, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to cherish these 3 movies. I'm going to love them. And I'm going to delete anything else they try to add on to this. I cannot. Some shit should be left alone. They should have stopped at 3 and left it alone. Alright? I have no desire to see 5. I wrote down a little bit of something of what it's about. Fuck 5. It gets the finger. And I haven't even seen it yet. But it was made in 2017. I'm sorry, 13. I apologize. 2013. This one was in Moscow, little Chernobyl region. It got a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I bet it fucking did. It got 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. You heard me. Not 50. That's a 1 and a 5. And 40% from the audience. Komorov, I don't want to fuck these people's name up. Komorov was played by Sebastian Koch. Jack, who is John McClane's son, but in the movie they call him Jack, because in this one his son is in it, and it's about him and his son on some sort of, his son's a cop of some sort, he's undercover, trying to control these people with the missiles and Moscow and the Chernobyl and somebody's got the codes, some such shit. Don't nobody want to see no 60-year-old Bruce Willis trying. Anyway, yeah, Sasha. Okay, and Irina Komarov was played by Yulia, and I ain't even gonna try to pronounce her last name. I'll spell it to y'all. Shit, Snigir, Snigger, Snigir. I don't know how to say that shit. Mary Elizabeth Winstead played Komarov's sister. Shit. Wife, rather. I'm sorry, wife. God damn it. These names for this one were crazy because all of these people are from, the Ukraine, Moscow, Russia. I'm sorry, not the Ukraine. Oh my God. I didn't mean to say that. I apologize if you're Russian. I did not mean to mix the two. Yeah, this is all in Moscow, so the names of all these actors are like crazy. I don't know how to pronounce him. I don't even wanna. Oh, the guy who played Jack. I forgot to say his name. His name is Jai Courtney. Fuck part 5. It gets the finger. Has anyone seen part 5? Have any of you even heard of it? Did you even know there was a part 5? Have you ever seen it? Anyone? Why you say that, Marina? Fuck part 5. Try to pronounce it. Here, I'll spell it to you. Yuliya. I guess that could be Yulia. I'll go with Yulia. Komarov. Komarov. And Snigir. Yeah, I already tried that. I didn't like the way that fucking sounded at all. I won't be trying to pronounce that again. It was too familiar for me. But that bullshit. I ain't trying to say that again. And the rest of them, I didn't even write the shit down. The rest, I got a blank page, Morena. I wrote right here, part 5, the finger. I drew a little... Y'all don't understand. I drew a little hand. I drew a little hand. So, to sum it up, honestly, 1, 2, and 3 are amazing. If you get the chance, watch them. You will love them. If you love action movies, you will love them. The person who told me to do action ain't even here. It happened like this before, Miranda, didn't it? Somebody else wanted me to do a sci-fi shit. And they didn't show up. The very next live. Now this one. Grit. Let's do action. 80s, what do you say? 80s, 90s action. I found one movie that went through from 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Action, action, action. Where's Grit? No, see, that's, you know what, Marina? It's just like a fucking man. Whew. I'm so happy y'all came through to talk to me today. I really wasn't up for it. But I wanted to talk with y'all about this movie and these series of movies because I really love them. Well, most of them. Did you see part 4 or 5, Marina? Either one? I know you said you don't like... Maybe you... Did you see any of them, Marina? We should start there. Marina, write down the numbers in the chat of how many of these movies you saw. I am picking my own movies. The next one is gonna... I already know what it is because I watched it. Hey, man. After I watched this movie the other day, I texted a bitch. I was like, girl, I yelled her name. I was like, hey! She texted me back like, what's going on? I'm like, girl, I just text your name for a dramatic effect. I watched this movie. It's so good. I had to text a bitch. I really liked it. I hope y'all do too. You know, when I'm done, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna put it on the wall. I already even did my research. Marina, you hear the paperwork? Listen, I was so excited after I got finished watching it. I wrote shit down. I went straight to Google. You hear the paper moving? Wait, wrong page. Boom. I went to Google. I already started writing, doing my homework. I'm very excited. I liked it a lot. The shit. It's good. And talk about name pronunciation. If you thought that the Russian pronunciation for these names was difficult for me, wait till I talk about the movie we're talking about coming up. Oh, Lord. You think I messed these names up. Wait till then. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Thank you for showing up. I talked about Die Hard. Michael, have you seen any of the Die Hards? Marina only saw part 1 because she sucks. And she don't like Bruce Willis. And, well, she didn't like the Die Hard movies. She likes Bruce Willis, but not the Die Hard movies. I was just giving you the minutes of what has happened, Michael. I destroyed these people's names. I destroyed part 4 and 5 because they were fucking ass, both of them. 1 through 3 were awesome. I love them. They were amazing. 4 and 5, get the finger. I don't know how to write that up there. Maybe I should put it like in Morse code. 3 cookies, 3 cookies, 3 cookies, finger, finger. That's how my cookies would look right now. 3 cookies, 3 cookies, 3 cookies, middle finger, middle finger. Little Morse code. Little Morse code. Little Morse code cookie action. Oh, you like her, Michael? I I like the little chick up in the corner because she's putting her panties on or taking them off, however you see her. Um, I was just when I find new avatars I like. I don't like to say avatar because avatars move. When I find new profile pictures, because I don't cam up. I haven't cammed up yet. I like for it to be at least a woman, a white woman. I'd like that to be representation of me, so people can't say I'm catfishing. And if you didn't get the fucking memo that I'm white, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deceive you. But I like to find white women, and I don't want to find pictures of white women that are actually white women, like you would a photo if you bought a frame at the store and there's another family in it. I don't want to find some rando bitch. So I like to, I just Google cartoons or cartoon images. Sometimes I even put in cartoon images of big women because I'm a big woman, and I'll find the perfect one or a couple of them and I'll just save them in my phone and use them later. I really like the one in the corner though. She's cute. That artist that did the one in the corner, she has a whole line of them. And if you look closely at it, if you zoom in on your phone, you'll see that her face, like, it's distorted. She, like, only has one eyeball and her lips are a little bit on the side of her face. That artist who painted that picture, all of her artwork is like that, where the woman's faces are distorted, and I really think it's really awesome. I'd like to frame a few of them. I think they're dope. I need to catch her name. Using her shit. What's up, Gary? How you doing? I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, Gary, but I did write it down in my book. I did not forget, I promise. I, just got through these 5. Plus, I watched another one that we're going to be talking about upcoming. But this week, Gary, I'm not going to be doing much paint. I've been painting my room. It's also been a big distraction for me. But I'm not going to be doing much painting this week. So I'm going to put that on my to-do list, Gary. Promise. Why you say that, Michael? A vanilla? Aww. I am a white woman. Y'all didn't know that? Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. Y'all know. God damn it. Yeah, hey man, the other day I was on this person's channel and they were talking about PTSD. And the one man was up there on the panel. And it's a channel that I've been going to for a while now. And I put my peace fingers in the chat regularly. But the man was talking about, he was in the military, and he was talking about someone he had seen die because of, war. A few people, actually. But, he was going into his story. It was pretty graphic about, how the man passed away in his arms. And he had the whole thing going on. And I don't know, I rarely talk in people's chat. But the mood struck me, and I put in the chat about my boyfriend that got murdered when I was 19, and she wanted me to come up and talk to her about it, and so I went up there and I was talking to her about it, the details of it. And while I was talking, I was reading the chat. I don't want to read the chat too much because I don't want to get, I just told you I go down alleys, bro. I make left-hand turns, right-hand turns. I'll be on the wrong street, wrong neighborhood. Don't even know what we're talking about anymore, right? So I'm trying not to read the chat so I don't get distracted from my own fucking story. And boom, I see something on my TV and shit because I just see my name, Hood Therapy. I was like, oh shit. It said, Hood Therapy's a woman? So yeah, it's people out here think I'm a dude. It's people out here think they're shocked when they find out I'm white. I get all kinds of shit, man. Oh my goodness, I was watching this lady's live last night. Shout out to you, Mahogany. I was watching her live last night and she was doing an unboxing from Amazon. Shut up, Michael. You know I smoke that shit, man. Goddamn herbal. Yes, sir, Gary. I can fry chicken. You know what, Gary? It's not really that difficult to fry chicken. When I see, these TikToks or memes or whatever of people doing strange things to chicken, like washing it with soap or not washing it at all, or not putting any seasoning on them. Yes, Gary, I know how to fry chicken. And guess what? All right, I'm about to let you in on a little secret. I can also make potato salad. What? Like, I guess. Y'all kill me with that. It's really not that difficult. There's not many things that go into it. Like, it's potatoes, eggs, and mayonnaise. Like, it's really not that difficult. I don't understand people like, But can she make potato salad? Like what? How what is going into these white people's potato salad that is so different? Like I don't know. I don't. I've seen some extreme cases, but that's not the norm. Like you see some people put walnuts in their shit, and it's an extreme case. But like that's not the norm. Like potato salad, either people either use salad dressing or they use Hellman's. It's like you're a Miracle Whip person or a Hellman's person. That's about it. Like everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. All right, I got attacked. Marina knows why. I just had to sound off on a potato salad. She knows why. She knows why. She watched. See, that's why she just said no raisins, Hood, because she knows I got attacked relentlessly for months and months and months about whether or not I can make fucking potato salad. She knows. It's a tender spot. Okay. Okay. When is your birthday, Angelica? I'm living the singer life. Actually, executive, I don't prefer either of those pies. But if I had to choose, I would go with sweet potato. I don't really care for sweet potatoes, like in general. Like I don't like yams or any of that kind of shit, like at all. And I don't really care for pumpkin either. I used to eat pumpkin seeds when I was a kid, but like I like pumpkin roll, but you can only eat that at like Thanksgiving or Christmas in the winter. You get a little pumpkin roll with the cream cheese filling in it. It's kind of good. But like if I had to choose between pumpkin or sweet potato, I would definitely go with sweet potato. I like bean pie. Bean pie is the shit. The first time I ever had a bean pie, it was from an actual guy standing outside with a goddamn bow tie on. And I had never bought one before from an actual guy. I seen them in the movies and shit. Like how you see Mexican people standing on the side of the road with oranges and shit. I just had to try this man's pie. Oh, man. Marina, have you ever had a bean pie? I had questions. I didn't even know what the fuck a bean pie was made out of. I had questions, bro. It's just navy beans. It's what it is. A little molasses and some navy beans. It's good. Oh no, Marina, it's so good. Bean pie is really good. It tastes, you know what it tastes like, Marina? It tastes like sweet potato pie, but sweeter. It tastes like super sweet sweet potato pie. So like you only need like a thin slice. You don't need a whole big. But yeah, it tastes really really good. Let me scroll back here. So, Angelica, what are we doing for your birthday? When is it? Did she tell me? And I kept on talking. I remember asking it because I was here when I asked it. Wasn't I here when I asked it? I am here. I was here. I asked it when I was here. Okay. She didn't. She did not answer. All right. Tell me when your birthday is, Gur. Ah. Okay, Gary. I was in the Marines for 4 years. I did 2 tours overseas. Are you? I'm sorry. I'm a disabled veteran. Gary. Do you? You probably collect a nice little chunk of change. I don't mean to be in your pocket, and you do not have to respond at all. That was just a thought in my mind that came out of my head. A retired veteran, disabled veteran. Oh yeah, you get a nice little chunk of change here. That's good. That's nice. It's not nice that you're a wounded vet. I mean a handicapped veteran. It's nice to know that at least you're probably getting some sort of money so you can live, go on a cruise. I don't know, go see some topless hoes in Vegas, Gary. Put your face in them and go blah, 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 blah. Spend that money. Bean pie cleans you out, Gary. It is made of beans. You know? Did anybody even see 4 or 5? I'm waiting for someone to tell me they saw part 5 and their opinion of it. No one saw that shit. I told you until 3 days ago I didn't even know the shit existed. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting a text message. Okay, alright. Okay. Let me text this fool. Okay. I like this. I got a new phone. And I like the little features on here that I didn't have on my old phone. Like I just could text him a little quick response. Boom. I don't even have to leave my chat. Yay. And yes, it's an Android. Because I'm Team Android. Shit. You buy houses, Gary. That's good. Are you a Shut up, Moreno. You don't know. You don't know. Gary, you flip them. Is that what you do? Do you fix them up and flip them, or you just buy houses and like you're like this major landlord off there in Cali? You flip them. I That was a thing for me for a long time, watching them flipping shows. Man, I swear by watching them shows where they flip houses, I learned so much on construction and painting and um, uh, like permits and shit. I know you need permits. Permits. I seen them do roofing and lay concrete. I learned what rebar is. Like I learned all kinds of shit from watching them flipping house shows. I love those shows. If I had some money, I would flip a damn house and some muscle. Flip houses all over this bitch. Well, that's good, Gary. That keeps you busy. You know, that keeps you busy. Still, no one saw these movies. All right. Well, I myself, I recommend 1, 2, and 3. Like, no doubt, if you haven't seen them, you should. I know a lot of younger folks probably haven't seen them because they are from the 80s, 90s. If you're looking for 80s, 90s action flick, this is a good... 1, 2, and 3 is a good little series to sit yourself down with some popcorn and crack up. Yeah. At least I feel that way. A couple other people don't feel the same way. You know, it's allowed. You're allowed. As long as you don't call CPS on me because we, disagree about Bruce Willis, then we'll be just fine. Jesus. There's a lot going on out here, man. I finished my windowsill job. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my windowsill job. I hand painted them. Gary, this home that I have here is mine. I own it. And it's the first time that I've really just gone nuts in my bedroom on painting and doing whatever the hell I want. It may not make sense. It may not be what normal people would do, but I don't care. I'm doing so many little touches to this room. It's going to look like Pee-wee's Playhouse when I'm done. I'm hand painting the light outlet covers, Gary. And not just one random color. I got one with polka dots on it. I got one with flowers on it. I'm doing a lot up in here. But I hand painted my windowsills all. Well, 2 of them. I got one more to go. Yesterday. And they look fucking awesome. They look fucking awesome. Love it. Mm-hmm. The 5 deadly venoms. I don't even know what that is, Marina. Did we talk about that before? Kung Fu. See? Okay. There it is. There's the problem right there. When I was a teenager, I would be, I grew up in a lot of group homes and foster homes and institutions and shit like that. So on the weekends, if you didn't have a home visit, you didn't get to go home for the weekend, you were just stuck there. You pretty much walked around Saturday and Sunday blue, like nobody was there. There would be like some leftovers in the fridge that we had to eat, but they would still control the goddamn TV. And every Saturday, no, I think it was Sunday. I take it back. It was every Sunday afternoon. They would fucking make us watch those kung fu movies. Because there was like nothing else on TV. It was like football or kung fu movies. And so because some of them were funny. Like, I didn't really care for martial arts per se. But like the voiceovers and the like the sound effects were hilarious. But the actual movie itself blew. But what made it even worse for me is because I was forced to watch it. I think that's a big part of the problem. They forced me to watch it, and I don't want to be forced to do a motherfucking thing. Like, I don't want to be forced. I still don't. I don't like that. Don't. So I think they ruined kung fu movies for me. Yeah, the dubbing was great. You have disrespected my family. I am traumatized, Marina. See, I don't even know what that means. Y'all talk about it. Y'all are speaking each other's language. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, now see, I know what that is only because I saw Bloodsport. I know what Drunken Monkey and Tiger Style means because of Bloodsport. I'll tell you what, that is one movie that I really enjoyed. Did y'all like Bloodsport with John Claude Goddamn? That was a good one. I really liked that. Man, I liked that. I watched it a lot. I've seen that movie a lot. Chun Li, Chun Li, Chun Li. That was my shit. These fucking slow burning papers, man, I hate them so much. Just light and stay lit. God damn. He was fighting each other, Morena. Was you kicking? Did he let you kick his ass, or did he go? Did he get it? Are you close in age? Did he give you that work, Morena? Some brothers don't care. They'll kick their sisters' asses. Yeah, Forrest. That was back when Forrest Whitaker was kind of young in that one. Bloodsport. I was just sitting here thinking about it. I like that flick. I gotta find a Bad Seed and watch that. Let me put it on my next page so that I remember. Put it at the top of my next page. I think we should talk about some old black and white movies over here. I like old black and white movies. I got this stupid song in my head, but not even the whole song. Does that ever happen to y'all? I just got like a part of the song playing over on a goddamn loop over and over in my fucking head. I just killed my ex. That's it. Just that part. I just killed my ex. You better watch out. Apparently my brain's trying to tell me something. Maybe God is trying. I hear you, Lord. Okay, Bad Seed. Let me write it down. Because, Gary, I'm an old broad, and you know, my memory ain't the same. Let me see. Maybe. Bad Seed. Bad Seed. Up top. Big stars next to it. So my ass will be like, oh, Bad Seed. Okay. Alright. Right, Marina? Gary, you better show up when I talk about it. You'll be the third person to play my shit. And I will take no more suggestions from the chat. I'm going to change my banner. No more suggestions. I'm going to shove movies down your throat. You're going to listen to me talk about what I want to talk about. And you don't get to have a say in it at all. I don't want to do that here. I want it to be a book club, movie club. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what, Marina. If you would, you should seek out part 3, Marina. Of Die Hard, the one with Samuel Jackson in it. I told you where you could find it, goddammit. Part 3 was really good. Him and Sam Jackson did good together. Yes, you were. Thank you, Marina. They were great. John Hughes movies. Y'all should go see all of them. R.I.P. I told you, Marina, for real. You should find, when you get a minute, some time by yourself or whatever, downtime. Part 3. Where the fuck can you find part 3 at? Okay, yeah. All the places. YouTube Stars, Hulu, Sling, Amazon, Google Play, Philo. Fuck Philo. Vudu, and Redbox. No, that's not their fault. I'm sorry, Philo. Philo. However you say it. Philo. My ass can't spell, I mean pronounce shit but nothing. I spell really well. Yeah, part 2 was so good. It really was. Especially if you like action movies. Plus, it had the fact that Samuel Jackson hated him through this whole movie, but knew they had to work together in order to save the city. But like they fought amongst themselves the whole way through. It was good. Philo. I had it for a while. Marina, I got it. Just because I told you, I don't know if I told you, you may not have been in the chat, but I was chasing RuPaul. When RuPaul left, because that was my shit. That I had to tap out on it, but I never missed a fucking season, and I mean all of that shit. I seen the behind the scenes shit, the untucked shit, all that shit. That was my shit. Hit the like, y'all. Then I yelled at, I barked at. I didn't mean to bark at. Please hit the like. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so I was watching him, and then after that season, they're like, "Oh, he's moving again. He moved from, VH1 or wherever the fuck he was before, to regular cable, to Philo, to wherever the fuck, to Philo, and now he's moving again." And I'm like, "Well, you know what, bitch? I ain't gonna keep chasing you. You must not want me to watch." So I think he moved to Paramount or something, somewhere. Bitch, I ain't chasing you no more. You got me fucked up. I ain't chasing nobody. I ain't chasing no man. The fuck? You must not want me to watch. You run it. You run it. I ain't chasing you. My big ass can't run. Alright? My big ass can't run. If you start running, I cannot chase you. Will not. Ain't gonna be able to do it. Literally. Ain't gonna be able to do it. Yeah, I'm excited about this next one that's coming up. I hope that you guys actually go watch the fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a little dialogue, a little back and forth. I didn't even drop the link. I didn't think about it. It's kind of too late now. Because I said all I had to say about these movies. Other than, watch 1, 2, and 3! In case I didn't say that already. You can, depends on why what. What I say, Marina. Oh, Lord, what I say. I saw that Harry Belafonte died today. R.I.P. Harry Belafonte, man. I know that people are like, oh, he was a singer. And he was, but when I think of Harry Belafonte, I don't think of his music at all. I think of his acting. In particular, one movie called White Man's Burden. If you've never seen White Man's Burden, I suggest you find it. Oh, it's a good one. Especially when it came out. I think it was in the 90s. It was, a controversial kind of shit, subject matter at the very least. But it was, Harry Belafonte and John Travolta. And in this movie, the country was a little different than it is now. All the black people were rich and all the white people were poor. So it was like a reverse on our system, if you will. And they had like charities and shit where they're trying to feed all the little hungry white children. And, they had the white people in the hood with pit bulls and blasting rock music and standing around with 40 ounces. And, but then next to the hardworking white family that's just trying to get out of the hood. Like, it's a very interesting movie, man. It's called White Man's Burden. And if you ever get a chance, check it the fuck out. It's an older one. It's a pretty good movie. Interesting topic. Interesting. No, now I don't think it's the same bad scene with Macaulay Culkin because I saw that one. This one he said is an older one from 1953 or some shit. But I seen the Macaulay Culkin one. That was pretty good. I think he did a good job, that Culkin in that movie. He's got that creepy little fucker face, right? All of them do. All of his brothers do. You seen him, Marina, with John Travolta? Yeah, it was great. It was definitely interesting to see. It was interesting to watch. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm sick of. are you doing, sir? Sir, ma'am? I'm sick of this heat being on, man. I am so tired of my heat being on. I don't even like the summer. As a matter of fact, it's the worst time of the year for me. I fucking hate the summer. My daughter brought me some blackout curtains today. Thank you, daughter. But man, I'm ready to crack some windows around this bitch. Shit. So tired of this. Just the heat being on. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Yeah, Morena, he is. Macaulay Culkin was just in the last season of, or was it this? It might have been the season. I think it was the last one of American Horror Story. Do you watch that? American Horror Story. He is a creepy little schemy looking dude, man. That's for sure. Creepy. His little brother is too. He's a creepy dude. He's been in some creepy movies. It's the eyes for me. It's the way their eyes, like, he's, even as a child, he already had bags under his eyes. Like the dark, meaty part under his eyes. I don't know. It's something about that makes his eyes beadier and more shifty. That's the word. You know, you're a little shifty motherfucker. You look like, don't move. You just sit right there. I'm going to watch you from over there. Don't move. That's the kind of eyes he has. Yeah, the parents, I mean, all the names of all them kids is like, it's like not real words. I don't know what y'all are saying. It's like y'all just jumbled some letters together. You threw all the alphabet in a bag, and you just pulled some letters out and bam, threw them on the table, and that's the kid's name right there. And then we'll add clock. We'll add clocking at the end, in case the first one name isn't fucked up enough. You got a little clocking at the end. Oh man, let me let go of this man's name. I'm sorry, sir. You have a lovely name. It's very unique. Alright. Slow burning fucking papers, man. I give up. I guess I'm already stoned enough. I just wasn't supposed to smoke that goddamn joint. Fine. Fuck you, joint. It's probably the spirit of Die Hard 5. It's the spirit of Die Hard 5 that just came and is hating on my goddamn whack ass movie. Alright, well, I guess nobody wants to talk about nothing. It's just me and you, as usual, Morena, chopping it up. I appreciate that you chop it up with me, Morena. If I ever hit the lottery, I don't know. Maybe we'll go get mojitos. Some mojitos. I've never had a mojito. They look interesting. Maybe some strawberry daiquiris. I love a good strawberry daiquiri. What is these people doing out here? Did you hear me say out here? My bad, y'all. I'm from Cleveland. I'm not nowhere from the South. I'm not even close to the South. But I be listening to some... Listen, man. If these walls could talk, I would probably have so many enemies, man. I would have so many enemies. But I've been hanging in the Mo 3 sector a lot lately, and they're all from Texas. And so when they be calling the Laos on ow yow, like I've been over there. Oh, and her. Over there, and in her. Like sorry. I just pick it up every now and then. It's not something I do on a regular. Every now and then. Like the police, they don't even get called the police no more up in here. That's straight up the Laos now. Did you call the Laos? Unless I'm watching Cops, which I watch daily, actually. I love that fucking show. I've been watching a Cops marathon now for like 2 weeks. A couple hours every day. Seriously, it'll just be on in the background. I'll be doing shit. I've seen every episode already. Like, every episode of Cops, I've fucking seen it. Now I'm seeing them again, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. Or, oh, wait for it. Watch him. Calling the... Did you ever see this episode? Yes. You're in Texas, but you're not... You're from New York originally, right, Morena? Yeah. Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? He was like, the police. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Martin? When he was like, he didn't know those words, but you know the song. That's my little brother when he was younger. His ass didn't know the words to shit. He might still be that way. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while, and I definitely haven't seen him singing any songs. But he's the king of not knowing the lyrics, but still making weird mumbling noises. He don't give a fuck. He'll just mumble that shit. I'm sending you a... Like, he don't give a fuck. He'll just hum it on out, man. Hum it on out. From the Bronx, son. Kid. B. I still say son. That's crazy, Marina. I had a friend who was from Brooklyn. Puerto Rican dude named Ralph. That was my dude. When I was younger, maybe 16, 17, I met him. And he was a little off. That's my dude. But he said son a lot. And there was something else he said a lot. There was my other dude, Ray. He said son a lot, too. It was Ray. Delete Ralph. It wasn't even Ralph. Wrong Puerto Rican. It was Ray. This dude Ray. He was also from Brooklyn. That's why I'm confusing the two. Two different time eras, but same area. He said son a lot, and I just picked it up from him. So like son, like I still say it every now and then. It pops out, son. And kid, I say that a lot. Like still, what up, kid? I still say that. Like I said it so many times today already. What up, kid? What up, son? B. Did you see, Sage, did you see any of the diehards? Write the numbers in the chat if you did and which numbers they are. 1 through 5, Sage. And until just now, did you even know there was a part 5, Sage? I did not until 3 days ago. I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see John McClane with his now adult son, who they hate each other, of course, because, you know, John McClane can never get no goddamn love. I don't want to see them shooting through the streets of Moscow on some Chernobyl missile mission. Right. How did you feel about them? I was about to call you Gage, Sage. I know it's hard to answer that because there's 4 of them. I loved the first 3. After that, they get the finger. Finger from Shabo. I'm getting real artsy craftsy up in here. Y'all have no idea, man. There's a lot going on. A lot of moving parts. I got part of my trim down today. Thank you, daughter. Looks amazing. I just look around and go, yes. Thank you, yes. Like an old lady. And get the humming. Very nice. So I already watched the movie that's coming up next we're going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you here. I'm going to put it on my wall. The game. How is the game, Sage? How is the Die Hard game? On the PS1. Wow. That was a lot. That was like 3 PSs ago, ain't it? I don't think I knew they had a game. I did not know that. Are you fucking with me right now? I can't wait to get outside too. It's about to get warm. I got a brain appointment this weekend. Hopefully everything goes Well, they scheduled me on a Sunday. I think that's weird to get an MRI on a Sunday. But hey, sign me up. And then they'll be able to tell me more details about my unthreatening, very teeny tiny, 0% chance of erupting brain aneurysm. I'm not worried about it. The lady that I spoke to at the doctor, the appointment I had, the neurologist, it's a pretty good hospital, you know, and she's pretty knowledgeable. She seemed really unbothered by this, made it seem like, you know, it's no big deal. But then again, she could have just been placating me to get me the fuck out of her face. Like, okay, bitch, goodbye. Get your broke ass out of here. You know what, Marina? I don't know. Like she said, it's so small right now. There's nothing that would be done because it's so small, and it's encased in bone. She said that's what would prevent it from erupting, like ever. It's because it's encased in bone. So that's good. But the MRI will be able to tell us more. So when I go on Sunday, I have to wait for the results of that, and they'll know more. Ain't nobody cutting my motherfucking head open. Let me tell you something. I've been cut open. I had 4, 5, 6. I've been sliced open 6 times, and then I've had 2 biopsies done. Like I'm good. I'm good on all that shit, man. I don't want to be cut open no more. I just don't. But I don't think it's going to be something like that. I don't. I think it's just a little thing, a little blip up in now. Could be from all the damage I've done to my body. Yeah, well, hopefully, Morena, it doesn't come to all that. We will fucking see. I guess we'll see. We will see. It's just scary hearing those words, you know. Not anymore, though. When I talked to that lady, she made me feel a lot better about it. But those, like, 4 or 5 days where I was waiting for that appointment were like, girl, I got a will. I done wrote out my will. I'm just joking. I didn't. But I had considered, I'm like, look, I called up, put the mom signal out in the sky, like, look, come on, like a whole Medea movie up in this bitch. Come on, sit around in bed, churn. Come on, got music playing, little gospel music playing in the background. I'm about to die. I got my little shawl right here, pull it up over my shoulders. I'm about to die, y'all. I'm about to go. I love y'all. Then I'm going to tell y'all something deep before I go. Something deep to leave you with before I go. Look at my legacy. Like I was down that road and shit. And then when I saw that lady, I was like, oh, it's no big deal? You promise? Are you sure? You promise? I made her promise 3 times. I feel much better. Oh, my girl is out here. She don't care. See, I did it again. I gotta stop. This lady I told y'all, she works all year round. She don't care. And she out there, and it's raining a little bit. It's a little trickling. It's not hardcore, but she don't care. Yeah, I'm sure, Marina. I'm sure. I can't believe Grit didn't show up, man. I'm very disappointed. Actually, he was live a minute ago. Right before I went live, he had just started a live. He might still be over there. I'm going to go cuss him out on his comment section under his video. 80s, 90s action movie, huh? This next one, I hope y'all go watch it. It's on Netflix, so it should be easy to find. You could type in the search bar, like, you know what I'm saying? The fuck. It's good though. This next one I really, really like, and I just saw it for the first time. You know, like I said the other day. It was good right away. I was like, okay. I like when it happens, because honestly, it doesn't happen to me often. These newer movies, I'll see a newer one, and be excited to see it and watch it and be completely just the disappointment. Like, come on, man. I was painting the other day. I'm making this little, it's a box, if you will, a cute little box to put flowers in. I'm going to put fake flowers in to kind of put it in a corner over there, and it'll just like decorative little girly shit, which I would have never done in the past. But I was listening to someone talk on the YouTube, but I wasn't looking at it, I was just listening. And their live ended, and then a movie came up. And so this movie started, and it was starring Nicolas Cage. And I'm not a Nicolas Cage fan. I think he's a terrible actor. However, I will watch every fucking movie he's in. Here's why. To me, there's a difference between in terrible actors. When I say the word terrible actors, like for instance, what's his name? I fucking hate his eyes. Oh my god, Steven Seagal, and what's the other fucknut's name that I hate so bad? The other fucknut that I hate so bad, I can't even remember his name. Are terrible actors. But they're terrible actors. Like, I don't want to watch anything they're ever in, ever. They're so ass. But Nicolas Cage is a terrible actor in the way that I want to see the train wreck. Like, I want to see that train wreck. Does that make sense a little bit? Kind of? Like, I want to see that train wreck. But anyway, so this movie popped up. I never heard of it before. It was a little older. I think it said 2009, I think it was from. And I was like, okay, he's got the creepy Nicolas Cage face going on right away, straight out of the gate. Sweet. I'm like, all right, we get to see some creepy shit with Nicolas Cage. That's what's up. And then all through the movie, we're getting to the end. Okay, so there's no. Yeah, no. It was not good. Watch part 3, Marina. Nicolas Cage. I watched this movie recently too, a few months back. I think it was on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. Fuck. But the movie was something. There was a something to the waves on the waves on the What are the waves called? To the TV or to the radio. The radio waves. There it is. Were making the parents want to kill their children. And so the parents all over anyone who heard them turn the radio on, all of a sudden this thing would zap their brain, and they would turn their fucking car around, go to wherever their child was, whether it was a newborn baby or a fully grown adult, whether that kid was in school or at home, walking down the street, they would immediately turn their cars around and go find their child and fucking murder their child. So that was what this movie was about. So Nicolas Cage and his wife, were trying to kill their children in this movie. He was true Nicolas Cage in this movie. Oh, the freak out was amazing. Why don't I know the name of this movie? I might have to put it on my list. Oh, he did such a good job. He was such a fucking psycho. Such a psycho. Gary, play Misty for me. I heard my mother talking about that movie, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't know if Marina has. I think it is a black and white movie. I remember my mother talking about it. Oh, I absolutely saw The Birds, Gary. It was the first movie that ever scared me. I was like 10 when I saw that shit. And yeah, I was like, that was the first fear I had gotten ever from a movie. That I remember, anyway. I was petrified of birds for a long time. I love them now. But, yeah, like, because that shit could really happen. The birds are going to go crazy. The birds could go crazy and just start pecking you in your head and your eye. What do you get thousands of birds just pecking you? Like, yeah, it was a real... That shit scared the fuck out of me. It did. Birds scared me. That was good. That's Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. I like Alfred Hitchcock. And the Rod Serling, Twilight Zone. That shit was good, too. I didn't care so much for the other one. What was it called? Dark Shadows? I forget what the other one, something like that. I didn't care for that one, but Twilight Zone was my jam. You got some ugly birds in Texas, Marina. You know, we have beautiful birds here. It's crazy that if you live in the city and you're on the move, you know, you're constantly, you know, going to work, going to school, whatever, chasing after your kids. If you actually took yourself to one of our little metro parks and sat down, or the lake, we have a nice little area here with the lake. The lake itself is gross, but around it is nice. Um, but we have a lot of like beautiful birds around here, bro. Like a lot, different kinds. I'm about to be an old lady for real. I'm about to give me some binoculars and a goddamn book, a bird book. Get to cataloging some birds and shit. Give me some little bird feeders, little bird friend. I'm really emphasizing the bee on birds. Do they, Marina? Oh, Lord. You know, I lived in Tucson um, when I was younger. Betty Davis. Yeah. Okay, Gary, my mom. My mom talked about that movie a lot. Moreno, when I lived in Tucson, I remember there were roadrunners, actual roadrunners, hella scorpions, rattlesnakes. The very first night I spent there, they flew me from Cleveland to go to put me in custody of my father who lived in Tucson. So I was like 10. And my first night there, you know, that's a big change from Cleveland, you know, the city, to Tucson, which is also a city, but the weather is, you know, a lot different. So that was a shock, right? The weather's changed. And then he just lived like in the middle of the goddamn desert. Like it was desert. And I had never seen no shit like that. I'm from the, you know, the hood. Like that was some scary shit. But anyway, my first night, I woke up and screamed and woke up the whole house. There was a damn tarantula up in the corner of the room, just in the ceiling, chilling and shit. And they're looking at me like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you see that thing? And they just are in the house? They're like, they come in sometimes. Sometimes? Yeah, I don't appreciate that desert wildlife. I don't like that shit at all. Coyotes and shit? Nah. I didn't like that shit. I liked Mommy Dearest, Gary. Mommy Dearest was really good. I recently saw a couple of Marilyn Monroe movies. Um, they were okay. I don't remember the names of them. They were alright. She was really pretty. I seen this one black and white movie recently too, a couple months ago, called "I Passed for White," or it might have just been called. Yeah, no, that was it. It's called "I Passed for White." Have you ever seen that one? That's an old black and white movie. That was interesting. All right, yeah, I can't believe I did it. I've been up here all this time. I can't believe I am, but I am. Um, Hour and a half almost. What? That's growth, Marina. Yeah. Um, my son, whenever he calls me mother, I'm gonna punch him in the head. It's only my oldest son. It's only the oldest one who does it. But whenever he says, he'll call me on the phone and say mother, and I'll just hang up. Like, bitch, who are you talking? Did you just call me mother? That's too much like, to me. It's too much like motherfucker. Unless you're telling someone that's my mother, don't call me mother. Like I hear fucker after it. Like that's what I hear when you say mother. I hear fucker after it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Mother, nah. Growth, Miranda. That's growth. Um, yeah, I got to be on grandma duty hella early in the morning. We got to baby proof the room because we were painting. I'm taking myself to bed. Calling it a day. Yippee ki I loved the first one, man. It was so good. Argyle did a really good job also in the limo. That was a good scene. Imagine if you were that guy. I think his name was Devereaux. I believe that was his name. Devereaux White. That's this. He's. If you don't know him from anything else, you will remember him from that scene in that movie like forever. He's forever Argyle, no matter what he does. Him and that damn teddy bear in the back of that limo with his girl and shit on the phone. Talking about, girl, I'm in the limo. Yeah, girl. You triggered her. Don't be triggering your mama, man. Calling her mommy dearest. She was like, what? I like that movie. She did a good job. Crawford. I liked Harry Belafonte. Doesn't he have a daughter or something? Is she a singer, an actress? I think he has a daughter. Doesn't he? I swear he did. But he was 96, I think. Is that right? Like 96? That's a full life, man, you know? That's a full life. I didn't catch how he died, probably of natural causes, I would assume, at that age. I'm still suspicious over the Saget death. Like, I haven't forgotten about that. I know they deaded that shit right quick, but that shit was suspicious as fuck to me. That whole Bob Saget thing, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, three daughters. One of them, I think, is an actress, Marina. I think. I could be wrong. I think her name is Sherry. Sherry Belafonte. She's like a singer, maybe? She's something, goddammit. Yeah, I believe it's Sherry. He was cool, man. I know he was famous for some like corny ass like songs. I can't remember. And like I hear it like a Congo drum or something, and I can't put it together in my head though. But I remember a song. Sus. I know, Marina. Sus as fuck. Okay. She was an actress. Now she's a lesbian. All right. She could be both, but maybe she didn't have time because she's so dedicated to the latter that she didn't have time for the first one. Damn! That's it. Okay. Daylight come and me want go home. Day. That makes me think of Beetlejuice. I know it makes everybody think of Beetlejuice. You say day, you say day, you say day. Now I want to watch Beetlejuice. Now I want to watch Beetlejuice. Another great Michael Keaton performance. I like Michael Keaton. He did great in Batman, Mr. Mom, Beetlejuice. He played in another movie where he broke out of prison. It was a serious role. He was like in prison and he had a key down his throat and he pulled the key out, unlocked himself, and broke out. And on some murdery shit. It was a good movie. I forget the name of it. I always forget the name of shit. I forget something, damn it. Yeah, he is funny, Marina. All right, well, y'all, I ran out of things to say. I done talked about everything but Die Hard. I talked about Die Hard, and then I talked about everything but Die Hard. And now I'm telling you to go watch 1, 2, and 3. Do not waste your time with 4. I don't know about 5, but I would assume it's probably more of 4. Some ass. Sage! Thank you, Marina. Yeah, I'm gonna post it on my wall, probably right now because I already know what I told y'all. I already did the homework. I'm very excited. It's a really good movie. I hope y'all watch it. I really do. The one I'm about to talk about next, because I would really like to talk about it with y'all. It's a good one. Miranda, you watch it. You'll play the game for 10 minutes on live. I don't know what that means. I'm stoned. And tired. Oh. Oh, y'all. I wish I could see this little box that I'm painting. It's so fucking cute. With these little flowers. I'm realizing that I paint flowers pretty well. I never tried to do any art stuff. My whole life, I'm not really an artsy kind of gal. A little bit when I was younger. Um, I like words. I do have some poetry that I've written when I was younger, much younger. But it's in a box somewhere, and I wouldn't even call it poetry. My kids call it that. For me, it's just like emotions that I put down on the page to get it out of my body, so I didn't fucking stab somebody, or so I didn't cry all day, or just to get it off my chest. And then I put it in a folder and shoved it in a drawer. The kids call it poetry. Y'all will never hear any of it. It will never fucking happen. Shit. Um, yeah, but I'm noticing, yeah, it's crazy how well I am at painting. I couldn't do no, like, big painting of, like, no Picasso or no shit like that. But little shit, like, I'm really good at it. Like, painting little flowers and little butterflies, little ladybugs and shit. Like, I was, really intimidated, to be honest with you, because I don't know how to paint. I like to color. I've always colored my whole life. Colored, with colored pencils. I had all kind of henna books and all these cute little, adult coloring books. But my neuropathy won't allow me to stay in the lines as well as before. So I got frustrated with it and just threw all that shit out. I threw it all away. But this is a little different because you don't have to stay in the lines. You know what I mean? You can paint whatever the fuck you want to paint, wherever the fuck you want to paint it. And I do okay. There's a lot of little cute shit. I'm putting a lot of little cute accents in here, custom, hand painted, one of a kind. You don't got it. How could you? Yes, got a lot going on in here, man. It's getting real girly in this bitch, real feminine. I found it out, Morena. I found it out. It's crazy. Um, I want to try other things besides what I'm doing, like something better, bigger. But I'm second guessing myself because I don't think I can. Like, I don't think I can do anything better, more than what I'm doing right now. But then if I think about it long enough, it's my own head. I have to get out of my own head. If I think about it long enough, like, I didn't know I could do this. A couple weeks ago, I didn't even know I could do this little silly shit with ease, actually. So maybe if I do try to do something bigger, maybe, I won't be so intimidated and just baby step myself into bigger and bigger. It's my own head. I got to psych myself out. It's a lot going on, man. There are not, Morena. And even if they were, girl, this is my shit. You hear me? Even if there were some mans up in here, Morena, they better love this strawberry milkshake wall and my cute little bougie pot with the flowers in it and my vases and little shit I got going on, little bric-a-bracs and knickknacks and all that stuff. I got my little penny jar that I done painted this bougie with flowers on it. He can get the fuck out. Didn't nobody ask him? No way. He's just here passing through, honey. Passing through. I don't see no ring on his finger. You hear me? I don't see no ring on his finger. No. Goodbye. I don't see no ring on his finger either. Bye. The fuck? Right now, I'm not really searching, babe. Honestly, I'm not. I don't. Uh, I've been single for so long. I can't imagine it any other way. I don't miss any part of it, honestly. Um, Maybe the intimacy. That's about it. Like I don't miss the where you been, where you going, how long you gonna be there, coming and going. I don't want to know about his. I don't want a motherfucker to come here and tell me about his day, download his day on me, cause I don't give a fuck. Like I don't want you to download your day on me. I don't want to hear that shit, and I don't want to download my day on you, cause I know you don't want to hear that shit. So I don't. I can't imagine some dude taking up this other side of my bed. Like you're in my space. Move, bitch. Like I can't. I can't imagine. What socks in my drawer, but that's my drawer. You don't have no drawer, bitch. Like I can't. No, I can't. I'm stingy, Marina, with my space. I have gone out of my way, especially over these past 4 years, with everything that's going on with my body. I had to create a space of joy, a bubble of joy, and I can't let anything penetrate that bubble of joy. And at this time, I don't give a fuck if it was Don Cheadle, who, by the way, I have a huge crush on. That's why I said Don Cheadle. I don't give a fuck if it was Don Cheadle himself trying to penetrate my bubble of joy right now. I don't think I would allow it. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm so happy every day. I've reached acceptance with what's going on in my body now. I'm no longer, grieving. I'm no longer upset, crying about it. Woe is me. What the fuck am I going to do now? I'm past all that. I'm in acceptance. This is what it is. I have to live with my body has changed this way. So let's get it. Let's go. We're painting. It is what it is. I get the lower part. Somebody else can get the upper part. Like I have to power through this thing and live with it. It just is what it is. So I can't imagine. I've worked so hard to wake up every day and be able to fucking smile, knowing that my body has changed the way it has, to allow anyone to. But I can't. You can't get out of my bubble. It's my bubble, Marina. I must protect it. Yes. Hey, Miss Thang, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. It's okay, Miss Thang. I was just running my mouth right now about a whole bunch of nothing. I already talked about Die Hard, all the Die Hards. If you haven't seen them, Miss Thang, I don't know how old you are, ma'am, but if you haven't seen them, I suggest you watch 1, 2, and 3. 4 is trash, and I didn't even know there was a 5 until the other day. So that's how I feel about the Die Hard movies. Um, the person who suggested an action movie, the person suggested the last stream, oh, let's do action, 80s, 90s action. Yeah, he didn't show up. Uh-huh. Right, Marina? I'm not saying that I will feel this way forever. There might come a time when I actually want to, go down that road again. And when I do, I mean, unless the motherfucker got something on my rent, or he gonna buy the paint, he just gonna have to deal with a pink fucking room. Ooh, don't forget about my dope ass trim at the bottom, baseboard. It's actually border. It's so cute. My daughter put some of it down today for me. A little teaser so I can see what's good. Oh, excited! With the little Bordeaux accent wall. Yeah, it's real bougie. Girly. It's real girly bougie up in here. I love it. Ooh, and then I ordered, oh my god, y'all. I ordered, it should be here this weekend, movie posters. And I'm going to frame them all in black to go up against this milkshake pink wall. I got all to cover all my walls, y'all. Just movie posters. It's really a thing for me, not just on YouTube, but in real life. Like, it's really a thing for me. Like, I just fucking love movies. And I already had a few movie posters on my wall, but I'm starting with a clean slate and some all cohesive, matchy all around. except for the Kramer. I'm leaving the Kramer. But I'm gonna repaint the frame to black to match the rest. But I gotta leave up the Kramer. Come on, it's the Kramer. The fuck? I'm very excited. I got a lot going on up in here. I never really liked fake plants before because I was, I don't know. It's a fake plant. But if you get the little cute ones, like little succulents, fake succulents, those are super cute. I'm grabbing up quite a few of those to bougie up this little area over here. Got like a lot. All right, y'all. I'm just running my mouth about nothing right now, and y'all are just letting me. Okay. Maybe Morena, I can still get my leg in the air. Don't get it twisted. I can still get the leg in the air. I can still, a little something, something. Alright, though, but I think I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to post the movie on my wall either tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully, y'all all watch it. My favorite movie genre, Miss Thang, is documentaries are my favorite, but comedies would be my favorite movie. I prefer a documentary. I prefer shit that's about real people and real situations. Whether it's, something funny or something murdery. Murder mystery, type shit. But I like documentaries. And then it would be comedies. I love comedies. I just do. My worst genre, you ask? I'll tell you, Miss Thing. It would be westerns. It would be fucking westerns. That's right. Fucking westerns. Why do they keep making them shits? Like, stop. My bad, Moreno. I'm a sharer. I like to share. A little share. Oh, that reminds me. Like, share, and subscribe. There's my email scrolling at the bottom if you have any suggestions. Like I said before, I welcome suggestions. If you have something you want to add about anything that you've heard me say regarding, a movie or a future movie that you'd like to watch, the email is scrolling at the bottom. Along with the Cash App, all donations are welcome. You like documentaries too? That's good, Miss Thing. I've seen all kinds. You learn a lot when you watch documentaries about people, and I think it's important. I just talk about YouTube itself. People are stuck in these sectors and these sections of the same kind of people, and they don't venture out and meet new people and experience new points of view and viewpoints. That came out all wrong. I'm just gonna say viewpoints, and I think that makes you small. It makes you small if you don't learn other cultures, like I said, point of views, whether it's political or religious or social. I don't want to sit around the same kind of people all day. So it's cool to venture out, you know what I'm saying, into other places, you know what I mean? And so when you watch documentaries, you're able to see different point of views from people that you may not encounter in real life. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I saw this documentary, and it was pretty sad, in my opinion. It was one of the saddest ones I've ever seen. And one of the saddest ones I've ever seen that didn't result in a murder. It wasn't a murder thing. But it was this man. It was a white man. I think he was in his 70s. He was 75-ish years old. And he had been married for 55, 60 years or some shit. He got married really young. And his wife died. And his kids were grown and gone and had grandkids and shit. But they moved out of the town. So he was just there by himself. Wife died after all these years. And he was a crossdresser. He called himself a crossdresser. He didn't call himself trans or anything like that. He didn't want to live as a woman. He just enjoyed dressing like a woman. But I think he was gay. But he didn't want to become a woman. But his wife knew. He said his wife knew. And they had a secret closet all the years that they were together. And when the kids would go to bed, or if the kids were away for the summer or shit like that, she would allow him to walk around the house, you know what I'm saying, in the women's clothing. But now that she's gone, he, gradually began to do it in public. They showed him shopping at a store. He wore some of her things. He could fit some of her things. And it was sad to me that this man lived all these years. He lived to be 75 years old. He lived a lie. You know what I mean? He couldn't be his true self, whether you agree with it or not, whether you call it a mental illness or not, whether it goes against your religious beliefs or whatever you got going on, or you don't give a fuck. It's still something sad in the fact that man had to hide that from everyone, especially his children and things, because of social acceptance and whatnot. It was just sad as fuck to me to watch this man, now at 76, try to be true to himself. It was sad. But movies like that, you'll see, like, when are you ever going to meet a 76-year-old crossdresser? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're not out here, but it's just not like you're not going to just, one's not going to move next door, a guy's not going to move next, So it's interesting, documentaries help you that way, and seeing different point of views and people's different experiences and cultures and shit like that. That's why I love documentaries. This thing's like, okay. Don't be shouting out your shit. You yelling and shit. Don't be yelling at me, motherfucker. Let me see, am I already subbed to you? Yeah, I'm already subbed to you, Miss Thigh. Oh, let me look at one of your shorts. Okay, Miss Thigh. Let me look at, let's play it out loud. Let me watch the one other one of your shorts, Miss Thang.
You think from watching all these cooking shows, you know how to cook, right?
You think from watching all them pornos, you know how to fuck.
Oh! I'll give that a thumbs up. Alright, what else you got going on? Alright.
I should probably go to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Thang.
Say it again, it sounded good.
Girl, okay, Miss Thang. I see you, girl. I'm just watching your stuff all live. You don't even care. You're just like, go ahead. Do you ever go live, Miss Thang? I'm trying to stick this out for the whole 2 hours, y'all. I got 10 more minutes, y'all. 10 more minutes. And I put in a full 2 hours, Marina. That is growth. Y'all don't understand, before when I started doing lives, like, it would take me, I was scared as shit. I'm so nervous. That's why I write everything down, because I'll forget my thoughts. And then if I start reading the chat, well, shit. Oh, wait, what's this? Yeah, I definitely couldn't stay live for 2 hours. I'd be lucky if I was up here for 20 minutes. It would be like, so then I started aiming for 30 minutes, and I would hit the 30 mark and then run. Okay, mute that. 2 hours! That's growth. That's growth. Mm-hmm. Oh, the videos from the shorts that we're just playing? Oh, okay, I could do that. If she doesn't mind. Y'all gotta say things more. Y'all know y'all gotta be more direct with a bitch like me. I don't speak in code and I don't speak social media. Y'all gotta put all the letters in the damn word. Oh, look who showed up late. Look who showed up late, Marina, after we're all done. Sorry, my computer's running really slow. Okay. Which one you want me to play, Miss Thing? You don't mind which... Miss Thing, do you mind which one of your videos I play? Do you mind which one of your shorts I play, Miss Thing? I'm just gonna start playing your shit. I'll run them all, girl. Do I gotta go on mute when I do that? Because I don't have my headphones on. Will it echo? I don't want to put those headphones on. Oh, my head. My brain! Oh, I forgot to share the screen. That would help. Okay.
Vicious little bitch.
Say it again, it sounded good.
Wait, can y'all see that? Can y'all hear it? I can't hear it. Where's my little thing at? I can't make a change at all.
Only on them seas if it's breeze. Red ruby the sleeves, Chinese on my sleeve. These one.
Vicious little
I don't know why I can't hear it.
bitch.
Say it again, it sounded good.
Oh, wait. Let's try that again.
Vicious little bitch.
Say it again, it sounded good.
It's probably echoing. Is it echoing?
Little bitch.
Say it again, it sounded good.
This thing.
And who the fuck are you?
I'm the person that's gonna cut your dick off and glue it to your forehead so you look like a lunatic unicorn. That's who the fuck I am.
Well.
And who the fuck are you?
I'm the person that's gonna cut your dick off and glue it to your forehead so you look like a lunatic unicorn. That's who the fuck I am.
Well, Miss Thing. That's Miss Thing. Sub to Miss Thing. Sub to Miss Thing. What's up, Grit? We was just cussing you out a minute ago. Mm-hmm. You missed. You had to rewind. We cussed your ass out, sir. How you got us up here talking about this 80s or 90s action movie? You picked the genre. I found an action movie that covered 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and you didn't even show up for it. I'm just kidding. I know you were live over there. You went live right before I was went live, so I pieced you up and I rolled out. Do you like these movies, Grit? Any of the Die Hard movies? Were you a fan? Oh, it's hot as fuck in here. God damn. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go to bed, y'all. 4 o'clock come early, y'all. 4 o'clock come early. Well, Grit, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I guess you're not gonna answer me. Maybe you left. I don't know. But Grit, I hope you like Die Hard, at least the first 3. Because the last 2 were ass. Well, 4 was ass, and I assume 5 was the other ass cheek. Cheek for cheek. Alright, yeah, well, I'm going to post the next movie on the community wall. Thank y'all for stopping through. You liked the first 2 Grit? 3 was pretty good. But alright. Thank y'all for stopping through. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. There's the email, the Cash App, all that good stuff. Until next time, peace.